Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do just a simple makeup, I guess. It looks simple. Now, is it simple? We shall find out. I need to film some other videos today, so I thought maybe it would be a good idea to film this one as well. The look that I wanted to try is the Latte Makeup, which is just about everywhere on TikTok. It's quite a goldeny look. And I don't have a single bronzer, so let's just ignore that part. Like, it's not going to be latte all over, but it's not like it's sunny or anything. So unfortunately, that's that. Other than that, let's try it. For which I'm using the Best Skin Ever foundation by Sephora. It kind of comes with a story because recently I ran into a girl on TikTok and she was talking about how many harmful products are there in makeup, and I found it very interesting, so I watched a few of her videos and basically checked my makeup products. My makeup and my concealer literally had like those very ingredients that are so harmful, so I was like, oh my god, okay. And she also goes and recommends the type of products that she would consider as clean, and one of them was exactly this makeup. So I went along and I bought it, and actually I quite like it. It's quite it is very glowy, I would say, and it's not full coverage definitely, but it's decent enough and it lets you breathe. Check her out because there's some interesting stuff, and if you're somebody who uses makeup, I think it's important to know. So yeah. Moving on to the concealer, for which I used a Tarte one. Anyway, I'm just trying to film some videos because I'm actually going home in like 3 days for literally just like a week. Because, oh my god, it's my best friend's hen party. I don't know how, I think in America they call it bachelorette party. So yeah, she is actually getting married in October. We have been sort of organizing it with her other friends. I mean, not me so much as them, but I unfortunately don't really know them, so it has been over messages only. But we have like rented a chalet in the woods. Don't necessarily imagine Las Vegas. It's not going to be strippers and getting drunk. What she would ideally expect would probably be like a house full of dogs. Well, unfortunately, oh my god, that's wrong. I don't think that's gonna happen. As far as I know, that's not what we've planned. But we've planned some nice stuff, so I am quite curious and excited, and I don't know. So yeah. That's gonna be my next 3 days, pretty much. So let's do some contouring, for which I am, funny enough, going to use a very thin brush, because I kind of like to do like really straight and very thin lines, because every time I go with like a big brush, it's just so like not defined. I like them quite defined and in control. And then hopefully, you know, I'll blend it. And I hope it's gonna work out. I might find out once I'm watching this video that it's actually not blended, but it should be. I am quite looking forward to go home for a while because the weather here has been miserable. And I'm looking forward to just sit on the sun and go to the cinema. I want to go see Barbenheimer with my mom, and yeah, and I want to go to Kino Lumiere, which is one of my favorite cinemas I used to go to. It's like an alternative kind of cinema. They used to play a lot of, they play mainstream movies, but they used to play a lot of like old movies, and I practically saw all of Visconti's cinematography there, and movies from other countries, and I really like that place. And funny enough, like recently I watched a movie that I thought that would be one of the movies to go see there, because it's the kind of movie that they would play, which was called A River Runs Through It. And it's not that alternative considering the fact that Brad Pitt plays the main role. But it is based on a book, actually, by Norman MacLean, which I've ordered, and I hope it will come by the time I leave, so I get to actually read it. Because it was a very nice movie, and it surprised me because it's the type of movies that I rarely find that give you this sense of fullness, sort of like a feeling of fullness, like as if you've just had a meal and then you sort of sit, and that pleasant tiredness you get after having a good meal, and you just feel like for maybe 10 minutes life makes sense. You know, it's like going for a long walk and then you come back home tired but happy, but tired, that pleasant muscle pain. That's what it is, like a long good exhale. And I get that feeling sometimes with certain movies or with certain books or with some performances, and I don't know, that's my like own little indicator of good art, when I get this sort of feeling of being somewhere far and then coming back home. So yeah, that's that. So I hope the book will arrive. Anyway, we have the contouring done. I hope it worked. So for the blush, I am using a very fancy one by Violette FR. It's called Bisou Blush, which is actually my mom's. But yeah, I really like this blush because it has such a good smell. Oh, so good. I'll just do that. It's quite strong. Now, what should we do? Eyes or lips? Probably lips, and eyes at the end. So we're gonna go with something nudie, goldeny. I'm gonna be using the NYX pencil in Nude Truffle, which actually, it's supposed to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude, which I also have and I really like. But I don't find it to be such a good dupe. Like, the Charlotte Tilbury is better. It's in color, it's quite similar, but the consistency and the sort of, it's not as long wear, so I don't prefer it. And now we're just gonna do just a gloss. This one is by NYX, and it's quite hard to talk and do your lips at the same time. This one is by NYX and it's called Brunch Drunk, I wish. It's going to be like a brown moment, so my god, that is quite orange. Wow, okay. As I was saying, a river runs through it. Actually, apparently happens to be quite autobiographical. In short, though, it is a story of two brothers. One is played by Brad Pitt, as I said, and the other one by Craig Schaffer. And then there is I think he's a Presbyterian minister, father, who is a very, I would say, very prominent figure in their life, and he has a lot of impact on them. They turn out to be very different, the two brothers, and they go about life in very different ways, and those situations are depicted there, the good and the bad decisions that they maybe make, and how different of a personalities they have. The thing that joins them and joins practically everyone is water and love for fly fishing, which is treated practically as an art. It's not something I knew about before, and it looks very interesting if you look it up. It was depicted very beautifully through that sort of poetic lens and through the beautiful mountain surroundings. That's what joins them. Ultimately, though, it is a movie about probably, you know, how sometimes you may try to help those around you and they may not want the help, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you're anything into astrology, I would say that this movie has very much a Saturn in the 12th house, Saturn in Pisces kind of a sense of interconnectedness, and everything sort of seeps into one, and this sort of feeling of even people who are dead somehow speak through you and speak to you. So yeah, that's the kind of feeling it gives me. I'm just on the golden eyeshadow, by the way, which I don't see so well. Let me add some other shimmer. I find it a little bit too coppery. It's not like brown, if you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe it doesn't look like that on camera, but here it does. I don't know if it's just me, but maybe I had a dirty brush, but like, I don't think so though. It's just a bit too red. That's very much in short about the movie. I don't want to give too much away in case you would decide to watch it or read it. Well, this is a bit more brown. I'm just gonna do a bit on the inner corner. So for the lashes, we are gonna use the Sky High by Maybelline. I don't have a brown one, so it'll have to do. I remember I used to be obsessed with mascaras. Like, I used to like to smell them, well, we know that, but more like the act of painting them, not really the perfection of having them all separated, but the act of painting them. I used to really enjoy that, and now I'm like trying to get it done as soon as possible. It's absolutely like I'm over that type of fixation somehow, or obsession. It's crazy how I would never have believed it, but you know, even your strongest obsessions can change and evolve or disappear. It's so weird, and it's such a weird one. I know it's very weird, but I am very weird probably. Well, that's it. And now we're gonna do something I don't tend to do, but I will, which is I'm going to glue some little fake lashes at the end, which I got from Primark for £1, so that was a good deal. Alright, well, we'll let them dry. I have a bit more on this side than I have on that side, but it's not like you're gonna see it. So for the highlighter, I will use this iconic London illuminator, which I've seen people using on like their whole face, and I have tried it, and it does look nice, but I prefer when it's sunny, so it actually is seen. I feel like when it's this grim, no illuminator will save you. But the problem with it is I feel like I can literally feel it on my face underneath the makeup, and it's kind of like a film of like not being able to, like, I feel like my skin is not breathing a bit, so I don't put it every time. But here it really does serve as a very nice highlighter, I think, and it's golden, so that makes sense. That's about as golden as it gets for me today. Maybe I should put some on my eyelids as well, because that would make a nice accent to it. Well, brush it up. Okay, well, this is kind of how it's looking up close. I don't know if you can see it, and I'm not quite sure if you can see the glue from the eyelashes. But this is it. This is the final result on my attempt for recreating a latte makeup. Not quite sure, but I still like it anyway, so it's fine. It's definitely usable. So yeah, now I'll just need to do my hair and continue on with the day. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you also have a good day. Bye!